What's up, everybody? This is SOS Rampages, and we are coming to you with a new video series. We are going to be calling the SOS Belt Collector series. We are going to be doing some simulated tournaments on WWE 2K24 to start, but we can go back in time with the old school games or go forward with the new games, and we are going to try to claim our champions. I'm going to do my tournament. Mr. Farm over here that way is going to do his tournament, and we are going to have them come together and see who is collectively up in the top as the SOS Intercontinental Champion as he's holding up to start, because I feel like that is a good place to start. Going back over, my name is SOS Rampages right here. Hey, did the finger thing much better. Yeah, getting better.
And I am SOS Farm. I found it eventually.
But appreciate y'all for joining. Let us know in the comments any other belts that you would like to see as far as the tournaments go. Let us know any other matches, anybody that, we could even add in. We right now, as the rules state, as I've made up so far, we have kind of our 6 people that we are going to select ourselves as far as like they've been the champion before. That's who we think of when we think of the champion. So I want it not to be the greatest of all time, because there's plenty of lists of that. There's plenty of that out there. I want like more fan picks than anything else, and who we think of when we think of that belt, as well as with our 7th pick being someone that's never held it before. So more of a kind of a random-ish pick, but also somebody that we think would be a good champion during their time period or even now, as well as that 8th one just being completely random. We have custom characters downloaded. We have, different things. We have our own characters in there. You never know who might pop up in some of these tournaments. So that's where that random kind of ability comes into play. We are going to kind of even everybody out as well with, their overalls and stuff like that. Haven't quite decided. Let us know in the comments if you have a preference, whether it be mid, lower, higher. I'm thinking middle of the ground, like an 85, 90 maybe, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Depending on the title that they're fighting for, it might be a little bit better. I feel like for an Intercontinental title, an 85 is like a good medium range for everybody to be on.
Makes sense.
Any questions from my competitor on the other side before we get to the draft?
No.
And since you do have the belt, I will also let you kind of go first on this draft selection. Now, why we are doing it like this as well, obviously, so that we can explain it to you guys and so that you guys can follow along with us a little bit better. But as well, we don't want too much overlap as far as we'd like to have different people. I don't want to be like, it's the Miz versus the Miz. Like that's no fun for anybody. We want it to be, have a good
Mike yeah.
Mike versus the Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I not do that?
No, we're not going to be able to do that. Sorry. But who is going to be your first pick?
My first pick is actually Razor Ramon.
Dang. That came out of nowhere a little bit. I didn't think you'd take him first.
The first 4 times. Man.
I get you. And I mean, you have him down on your list?
I do. Razor.
As far as like write him down to make sure that he is there for you. So you have him.
See it. He is selected.
Well, that hurt a little bit. And I feel like I got to start this one off hot. And I feel like I have to go, a little bit more controversial and go straight at the heart with my first pick. And I got to take Mike the Miz Mizanin as my Intercontinental first round pick. The man is eventually going to take over Jericho for the spot. It's going to be. I had to go for your heart. You took Mans from me. I gotta go right back at it. Razor was one that I had up there. I had to, and I know if I don't take him, you are going to. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, good on you.
Yeah. So go ahead.
All right. Number 2, Ken Shamrock.
He was also on my list. Good job. Good job. Bravo.
I mean, I see how cutthroat it is now. Now, we got to make these
We gotta take each other out at the
everyone on your
knees.
side. Yeah.
So speaking of cutthroat, I mean, and he's obviously not up here for reasons, but there's a person that's not on this beautiful list that's actually held the Intercontinental title more times than anybody else for at least a period, and that is Mr. Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Okay.
So gotta throw him on my list.
Yeah. He definitely had that belt for a long period of my childhood.
Exactly. So who is your
But
next pick, sir?
my next pick is Shelton Benjamin.
That is one that was not on my list. Good shout. That's a good shout.
I did not put Jericho on my list.
That's wild. Jericho's like the first. That was the first person on my list. I downloaded him the minute that I thought of this tournament. I was like, "This is." I need a 2001 Chris Jericho. I need that. Like,
there's like 2 or 3 obvious people that I kept off my list on purpose so I could think of other people outside the box.
I get that. I could appreciate the outside the box. Nix. Speaking of outside the box, you led me into my next pick of unorthodox and outside the box with all of his offense, Mr. Rob Van Dam.
See?
The whole effing show.
Another one I kept off my list on purpose.
I get you. You see now the childhood there's a feel for me right now. These were the people of my childhood as far as like these were the IC champions of my time.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to go with JEFF, JARR,
That's a good one.
double T. That's double J, Jeff Jarrett.
That's a really good shout. It's a really good shout. Are we, and this is something behind the scenes that I want to know. All right, then this is a behind the scenes, and you can get a little bit more deeper behind this. Are we getting Don't Piss Me Off, or are we getting long-haired Jeff Jarrett? What do you, and this is, I mean, they were both IC champion. You know, you can take whichever, honestly.
I was thinking long hair with my baby tonight.
Okay. I appreciate it. I mean, either way you go with it, I can appreciate it.
Oh, wow. 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 Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That one.
So this is more of a, because I want to mix it up a little bit, because I want to go, and this, I don't know why it stuck with me as much as it did, because I know it's controversial a little bit, but I also don't know when we're necessarily going to be able to use this again, because like I said to Farm, I want to stick with people that, have won the belts, and I want to, there are some people that have held. There are only certain people that have held certain belts, and I'm going to go with Big E. I remember that Intercontinental title reign. I don't know why it stuck with me so much, but it did. I know, like I said, it's controversial and it's looked at as not the best reign. I want to say that he didn't go over very well. I can't remember why it's looked that bad. I want to say he lost a lot, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, but I like. Huh? What was that?
I coughed.
Go ahead.
Oh, my pick?
Yeah, it's your pick.
Big E's a good one.
Oh, thanks.
And
just to give you a heads up as well, you have 2 more before you get one that's not IC champion and one random.
Okay. Okay. Lance Storm.
Okay. I know that's a personal pick for you. That's very.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Nothing else needs to be said there. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
I'm going to go with. Another one that I remember, and also the reason why I almost picked Ken Shamrock is because, and you know me, and we'll talk about it more on the channel at some point because I think I want to say it's a birthday episode at some point, but I want to cover my WrestleMania 15, my baby, which also had that Four Corners match. And the one that I'm leaning towards the most from that, besides Ken, was
I know. How'd I know?
Gold Dust. So
Okay.
I got Gold Dust on my list.
That's a good solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got 3 names written down.
Okay.
And literally all of them come to my mind when I think of the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
One of them is in my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Okay.
But I think he's going to have to sit this one out.
I have 2 guesses for that, and one is one that I might throw out there, but I don't know if I want to use them for this one.
The other one really holds this belt for like the early years of my high school life, like 9th and 10th grade. Like this guy had a stranglehold. But I think I'm going to hold him out too.
So, and can I throw out the 2 guesses for those? Because I think I know you at this point.
Yeah.
First one, and I think it's the top 3 one, would be Roddy Piper.
No. But
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And then the other one I thought would be Mr. Rhodes, the other Mr. Rhodes.
No.
Okay.
First one was Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect, okay.
And the second one was Randy Orton.
Randy, okay.
Yeah. But I'm actually going to go with the Honky Tonk Man.
Okay. Honky Tonk Man's a good shout for the belt.
He was the greatest Intercontinental Champion for a long time until hell froze over and
I mean, that's a good one.
It might be the tournament.
I think, and like I said, I really, really strongly thought about, putting Cody in there, obviously, but cough, cough, he's going to be down the line at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now that he's held world titles, see, I don't have to use him now. He'll be in that one. You all can watch later videos when he's on the world title one. Spoiler alert: if he doesn't pick him, I will. It's fine. He'll be around.
Yeah,
he'll be around later.
Can't put Cody and Goldust in the same tournament on the first one.
I mean, it'd be hot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big names out there, and there's a lot of it's a hard pick. There's 2 big people that I want to throw in here, and one can be used in another spot, and one cannot. That is why. And since you said the Honky Tonk Man, there's one person before Gunther that challenged for the Honky Tonk Man's record, and he had a ticker at the bottom for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Mr. Santino Marella. The Cobra will strike.
Okay.
He will be the IC champion for SOS.
That's a wild card, but I like it.
You gotta go. If you doing Honky Tonk Man, we gotta. And when else are we gonna use Santino? All right, so this is the one that's gonna get a little bit more wild. And do you have your game on as well? This is also the second question.
Do I have my game on?
Mm-hmm.
No, I turned it off so I could get rid of the sound.
Okay, because do you trust me in doing a random on my game for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll turn my game on. You make your pick though.
And this is for our 7th spot, which is the never been Intercontinental Champion, but we're putting them in a position to win the title because we see them as a good person for it.
Yes, and like I said, this could be any company, this can be any place, this can be anything at all. You left Dolph off the list too, goddamn. You pulled the trump card.
The You Can't See Me Man.
Okay, John Cena, I get you.
Big match on, man. He's got to do it before he retires.
Okay. No?
If he does it, then I'll cry. I will not cry when he retires, but if he does not win this belt, I will cry.
Okay. It's a really good shout.
Dun, dun, dun.
Huh?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. I think, and this is, if you're going to go with the light side of things, I think I might have to go with the dark side.
Okay.
And embrace the darkness and go with somebody that, you thought of it because of the shirt, but I'm counteracting you and I'm bouncing off. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think it might just be regular old Bray Wyatt.
Regular old Bray Wyatt. How dare you say regular old?
Because I thought about Fiend. You know what I mean. No,
there is no regular old. You mean Husky Harris?
Not Husky Harris. Like, right,
All right, there is no regular old Bray Wyatt. You talking about the Spooky Man?
The Spooky Man, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good pick.
So, all right. We will go ahead and do your random pick first. Do you want to do best out of 3 or do you want to just do one and done?
Let's do best out of 3. I don't trust this game.
Okay. Apollo Crews. He was a champion, though, so that's not terrible. Pat McAfee.
Okay. The best out of that pack.
And Sami Zayn.
So I get to pick out of those 3? Or it just goes to Sammy? Give me Sammy.
No, you get to pick Sammy. Okay.
Sammy. Another Canadian.
There you go. So I'll do my 3. Tyler Bate.
Okay.
Female. Sami Zayn, that doesn't count. You already have Sammy.
That was
R-Truth. That was awesome. Gunther.
Oh.
That's a fun last. I think I have to. That's domination right there. I got to go with that Gunther at the end.
Right there. Interesting that you got Sammy, and it came down to them for the IC title.
That is very true. That is going to be very interesting to see. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to this first kind of draft special. I will be putting my content out there for the matches, the first round matches, probably this weekend / this week, definitely coming up. So, please tune in and check him out. And this is also keeping accountability over to the man that's hiding behind that IC title that he has. You hear that? Accountability.
Huh?
Accountability. Yeah. You gonna get your matches out this week at some point?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we will check y'all on the next episode and check out the matches and let us know in the comments who you think is going to win and who you want to add in, what titles you want to see, all that good stuff. We are pretty open to whatever y'all want to see as far as that's concerned.
I don't have every belt, so don't expect every belt.
This is just a coincidence on this one. But also, if, we get enough feedback on the comments, you guys can possibly pick a champion on, one or two, both of our sides. We'll see what the comments are looking like. But with that being said, we